Fire is hot, fiery, and full of energy. Let's mix it up with another element and see what sparks fly. Earth is the best match for fire because you need a solid foundation to contain all that fiery energy. Let's mix them up and see what we get. Fire is hot, fiery, and full of energy. It's the perfect element to kickstart this combination process and bring some heat into the mix. Wind can provide the necessary oxygen to fuel the fire and make it even stronger. Fire is hot and energetic, just like me. Plus, when fire and wind combine, it creates a powerful force that can lead to new discoveries. Let's ignite the flames of creativity. Water seems like a good choice because when you mix fire with water, you get steam, or maybe even a cool explosion. Plus, who doesn't love a little steamy surprise, am I right? Water is a versatile element that can mix well with others. Let's start with a splash. Imagine mixing water with steam. It's like creating a relaxing spa experience in a potion. Plus, who doesn't love a little steamy surprise, right? Water is essential for life, just like humans need water to survive. Plus, water can take on different forms, just like humans can adapt to different situations. Wind is the way to go. Water and wind together, it's like a peaceful day by the ocean with a hint of fresh air. Perfect combo, don't you think?
You love steam too much, lol.
I can't help it. Steam just gets me all fired up. Water is life, dude. Let's start with the basics and see where it takes us. I chose cloud because mixing water with clouds sounds like a dreamy and refreshing combo. Who knows what kind of magic we'll create together? Water is a versatile element that can mix with almost anything. Let's start by adding a touch of water to kick off our crafting adventure. Water and lava are like hot and cold. They might create steam or something cool like that. Let's mix things up and see where it takes us. I chose fire because it brings the heat and passion, and when combined with Earth's stability, it can create something truly powerful and transformative. Like a natural progression in the element combination chain. Plus, who doesn't love a good sauna session? Am I right? I'm going to mix some fire and water together because who knows what kind of crazy steamy combination that might create. Let's see if we can get closer to that human element. I chose rain because it can help control the flames of fire while adding a cool, refreshing element to the mix. It's like a steamy sauna vibe, perfect for chilling out the fiery energy. Fire is hot. It's like the spicy salsa of the elements. Let's mix things up and see what we can cook up with some fiery energy. Let's mix fire with wave to create a steamy effect like a sauna party in the middle of the ocean. Water can totally extinguish fire, just like how I extinguish my haters with my cool vibes. Let's make some steam, baby. Earth is the perfect complement to water, representing life and growth in a fun and energetic way. Let's see if this combination leads us to the ultimate element, human. Water can extinguish fire, so let's see what happens when we combine them. Plants need water to grow, so let's mix some water with a plant and see what we get. Nature's calling. Let's answer it with a splash. Water is the source of life, so maybe it has the potential to create something as complex as a human. Water and wave are like the ultimate duo. You can't have one without the other. Let's see what awesome element we can create by combining them. Plants are super important for humans, duh. They give us food, oxygen, and make the world a more beautiful place. So starting with plant seems like a smart move to get us closer to the human element. Let's do this. Plants need earth to grow, so it only makes sense to combine plant with earth. Let's see what happens. Plants are living organisms, just like humans. Maybe there's a connection there. Plants need water to grow, and clouds bring rain. It's like a perfect match made in the sky. I chose fire because it's hot, it's intense, and it's ready to spice things up. Let's see what happens when we mix it with some solid earth energy. Lava is like the spicy version of fire, so let's mix things up and see what happens. It's gonna be lit, literally. Water is essential for life, and earth provides the foundation for life to exist. So combining these two elements might just give birth to a new life form, humans. Let's make some humans, baby. Let's mix water with tree and see if we can make some magical forest vibes happen. Water plus tree equals? Earth is where we come from. It's only natural that it leads us to become humans. Hopefully not too soon. Trees and earth go together like peanut butter and jelly. They're a natural match. Let's grow some good vibes and reach that human element together. Plants are the source of life, so maybe by combining it with something else, we can create a being that resembles life. Let's see where this takes us. Because trees are also plants, so it just makes sense to combine them. Let's see what kind of funky element we can uncover by mixing these two botanical buddies. Fire is all about change and transformation, which are key elements in the creation of life. Plus, who doesn't love a good old fiery start to things, am I right? I chose the cloud element because combining fire with clouds could create an electrifying storm with lightning bolts, adding a whole new level of excitement to the game. Plants are the source of oxygen for humans, so starting with plant seems like a logical choice. Let's see where this takes us on our journey to create the human element. I want to see what happens when we combine the plant element with fire. Maybe we'll get a blazing plant or a fire-breathing tree. Fire is hot, fiery, and full of potential for change and creativity. Let's bring some heat into the mix and see what kind of magic we can create. Lightning can add an electrifying twist to fire, creating a supercharged inferno that will light up the sky. Let's see what happens when we mix these two bad boys together. Plants are the source of life, so maybe combining it with another element could lead to the creation of humans. It's like the circle of life, man. Plants need sunlight to grow, so let's mix plant with sun and see what happens. Plus, who doesn't love a little sunshine in their life, am I right? Water can extinguish fire, but when they come together, they can create steam or even a rainbow. Plus, who doesn't love a good steamy rainbow combo? The sun. Water and sun go hand in hand like peanut butter and jelly. Let's bring some sunny vibes into the mix. Humans need water to survive, so I'm starting with water as the first element. Because who doesn't love a beautiful rainbow after a refreshing rain shower? Am I right? Plus, rainbows are just so magical and full of color, so I'm sure something amazing will come out of this combination. Water and earth are like the ultimate duo in nature, creating mud and soil. Let's see if they can cook up something cool in the game. Water plus rain, it's double the water fun. It's like having a mini water park right in your backyard. Let's make it rain, baby! Fire represents energy and excitement, so let's start with this fiery element and see what kind of sparks we can create. The sun is like the ultimate source of fire, right? So combining fire with sun just makes sense. Let's crank up the heat and see what happens. Rain provides the water essential for life, while sun provides the warmth and light needed for growth. Put them together and you get the perfect conditions for creating humans. Because rain makes plants grow, so let's see what happens when we mix them together. Time to bring a little nature into this digital world. Fire is hot, fiery, and ready to ignite some cool new elements. Let's start this fusion party with a bang. Solar energy plus fire? That's like doubling up on the heat and power. Let's see if this combo takes us closer to unlocking the human element. Combining water with fire can create steam, which can lead to other cool elements like cloud or rain. Plus, who doesn't love a good steamy sauna session? Am I right? Water and flowers are like a match made in nature. It's like creating a beautiful garden oasis in a single step. Let's bring some floral magic into the mix. Fire is hot, just like my gameplay. Let's spice things up and see what we can create with it. Trees can catch on fire easily, creating a big blaze. Let's have a bonfire party. Water is life, and humans need water to survive. So let's kick things off with some good old H2O. Rivers are like the cool big brothers of water, flowing and meandering through landscapes with style. So I think combining water with river might open up some awesome new possibilities, like creating river ecosystems or maybe even some river spirits or guardians. Let's dive in and see what happens. Plants are essential for life and add some much-needed greenery to our surroundings. Let's start with plant as our first choice. Flowers are a type of plant, so it makes sense to combine them. Plus, flowers are just so pretty and add a nice touch of color to the mix. Plants are awesome, man. They're like the green machines of nature. So let's start with plant and see where it takes us. Plants and gardens go hand in hand, like peanut butter and jelly. Let's see what happens when we combine plant with garden. I chose fire as the first element because it's hot and fiery, while earth is solid and stable. Let's see if they can create something cool together. Volcanoes are like supercharged versions of fire, so combining fire with volcano will create an explosive new element. Fire is all about transformation and change. So let's see what kind of fiery magic we can create by combining it with another element. Because where there's fire, there's gotta be smoke. It's like a package deal, you know? Plus, smoke adds that extra element of mystery and intrigue to the fiery mix. Let's do this. Plants are the source of life and growth in nature, so let's kickstart our journey to creating humans with some good old plants. Plants need sunlight to thrive, so why not mix them with solar energy? Maybe we'll end up creating a new element that's as powerful as the sun itself. Water plus plant. Let's see if we can brew up a magical concoction that will bring us closer to creating humans. Plus, who knows what kind of crazy plant-human hybrid could come out of it, right? Water plus solar equals steam power, baby. Let's harness the power of the sun to take us one step closer to creating humans. Time to shine bright like a diamond. Water is life, right? So let's start with some good old H2O and see where it takes us on our quest to creating a human. I chose lake because water and lake are like peanut butter and jelly. They just go together perfectly. Plus, who knows what secrets lie beneath the surface of that lake? Let's make a splash and find out. Fire and earth make for some explosive combinations, just like a volcano eruption. Let's spice things up with some fiery fun. Oxygen is like the fuel for fire, so let's see what happens when we mix them together. Maybe we'll get some fiery chemistry going on. Fire is hot, fiery, and full of energy, just like me when I'm playing this game. Let's ignite this creation process with some fire and see where it takes us. Engines run on fire, so combining fire with engine could create a new element called power. Water is the source of life, so let's start with this basic element and see where it takes us. Water and oxygen are like the ultimate life combo, right? Mix them together and boom, we might just be on our way to creating something human-like. Well, fingers crossed. Water and fire are opposites, so their combination might lead to something interesting and unexpected. It's like mixing oil and water. You never know what will happen. Water can easily put out flames, so let's see what happens when we mix them together. Hopefully we'll get something cool out of it. Water and earth are like the ultimate power couple in nature, right? So if I mix them together, maybe I'll get something super cool that brings life to the game. Let's make some magic happen. I chose the ocean element because, just like humans, it's filled with water, and we all know how important water is for our survival. So let's mix water with the ocean and see if we can get closer to creating the human element. Mixing fire and earth creates lava, the ultimate hot and solid combo. It's like a spicy rock soup or something. Plus, watching lava flow is pretty mesmerizing. I'm going with hydrogen because mixing it with fire is going to give us one epic explosion. Can't wait to see what element comes out of that fiery chemistry experiment. I chose water because it's always nice to start with a refreshing element. And who knows, maybe we'll end up creating something really cool. Water is made up of hydrogen and oxygen, so let's see what happens when we mix water with hydrogen. Maybe we'll get something mind-blowing. Fire is hot and fierce, just like me when I'm on a winning streak in Infinite Craft. Let's see where this fiery adventure takes us. Let's mix fire with stone, because who doesn't love a good old lava rock or a volcanic eruption? It's like a fiery explosion waiting to happen, bringing together the hot and the hard in a bang. Fire can be destructive, but when combined with plants, it might create a fiery force of rejuvenation. Let's see if we can spark some new life with this combo. Combining fire with tsunami would create a devastating force of nature, like a fiery tsunami crashing down on everything in its path. Let's bring on the chaos! Water is like the OG of elements, you know? It's like the lifeblood of everything. So let's kickstart this creation journey with some good old H2O. Let's see what happens when we mix water with lightning. Maybe we'll get something electrifying. Water is like the chameleon of elements, it can adapt to any situation. Plus, who doesn't love a good water-based combo move?
Grill the fish.
Grilling the fish now. Hope I don't burn down my virtual house. Water plus electricity equals sparks fly. Let's amp up the energy and see what shocking new element we can create. Water is the source of life. So let's start with this bad boy and see where it takes us. Water plus garden equals oasis of life. A perfect combo for some chill vibes and relaxation. Let's see what happens when we mix these two elements together. Fire is hot, fiery, and full of energy. It has the power to transform and create, just like how humans have the power to shape their own destiny. Let's start with fire and see where it takes us. Just imagine the sparks flying and the energy buzzing when fire meets electricity. It's going to be lit, quite literally. I chose fire because it's hot and energetic, just like me. Plus, when you combine fire with other elements, you can create some really cool reactions. Because when you combine fire and ash, you get that fiery intensity that will make everyone want to gather round and roast some marshmallows. It's going to be lit, literally. Fire is hot, fiery, and full of energy. Let's start this combination off with a bang. Phoenix rises from its ashes, just like fire. Let's mix these two fiery elements together and see what kind of legendary creation we can come up with.
Hi.
Hey there, how's it going? Water can extinguish fire, so let's see if they can create something new together. Fish love water, so let's see if they can bring us closer to our goal of creating something awesome. Water can put out fire, so let's see what happens when we mix them together. Maybe we'll get something cool out of it. Let's see what happens when we mix water with a fishbowl. Maybe we'll get a cool underwater creature or a fishy friend. Combining fire and water to create steam because it's like hot and cold getting cozy in a steamy sauna. Water and fire are opposites. Let's see what happens when they come together. Fire and water are like total opposites. So let's see if they can create something awesome when combined. Water and swamp both have a watery vibe going on, so why not see what happens when we mix them together? Let's make some magic, baby. Let's mix water with earth and see if we can create something cool like mud pies. I'm choosing volcano because when water meets fire, things are bound to get explosive. Let's see what happens when these two forces collide. Water and earth are like the ultimate dynamic duo, creating the perfect mixture for some good old mud fun. Let's get messy. I chose lily because it would create a tranquil and lovely garden pond when combined with water. Just imagine the peaceful vibes and the soothing sight of lilies floating on the water. It's like instant relaxation in a bottle. I chose Earth because it's solid and stable, just like my gameplay skills, or lack thereof. Water is the perfect partner for Earth because when they come together, they create the perfect muddy mix for some good old-fashioned fun. Water can put out fire, so let's see what happens when we mix them together. I chose the pond element because ponds are filled with water, and I thought there might be some interesting reactions happening there. Plus, who doesn't love a good pond party, am I right? I chose fire because it represents energy and passion. I believe combining it with earth can create a powerful and dynamic new element. Because who wouldn't want to see a fiery flower? It's going to be a hot new addition to our element collection. Water and fire are known to create steam or explosive reactions, so let's see what new element we can get from this fiery water combo. Water is all about life, and what's more full of life than a lush green forest? So let's mix water with forest and see what kind of magic we can brew up. Fingers crossed for that human element. Plants are like the OG homies of humans, giving us oxygen to breathe and making the world a more beautiful place. Let's start our journey to human with a good old plant buddy. Rivers are like the lifeblood of plants, providing them with the water they need to thrive. So, let's mix plant with river and see what new element we can create. Water is the source of life, the OG element that keeps us hydrated and feeling fresh. Let's start with water and see where it takes us. I'm choosing smoke because I want to create a misty, mysterious vibe by combining it with water. Let's see what kind of magical concoction we can come up with. Water can mix with fire to create steam or a rainbow. Let's add some sizzle to the splash. I chose island because islands are always surrounded by water, so it just makes sense to see what happens when we combine the two. Maybe we'll uncover a hidden treasure or something cool like that. Let's kick things off with oxygen because we all need to breathe to stay alive, right? Let's mix oxygen with hydrogen and make some water. Water is life, baby. Plus, who knows, maybe we'll end up creating a whole ocean or something cool like that.
Hi.
Hey, what's up? Water is like the OG element of life, you know? Everything starts with water, like me, starting this epic journey to create a human out of thin air. Well, not really thin air, but you get what I mean. Let's see where this watery adventure takes us.
Read this message.
Sure, what's up, buddy? Fog is the perfect match for water because they both bring a sense of mystery and tranquility. Together, they could create a mesmerizing new element that envelops everything in a dreamy haze. Combining fire and water because opposites attract, right? Let's see what happens when we mix these two elements together. Ice is just frozen water, so why not combine them and see what icy creations we can come up with? Let's make some frosty magic happen. Earth is where we all come from, right? I mean, we're all made of stardust and stuff, so starting with Earth just makes sense. Plus, who doesn't want to see how Earth can transform into a human? It's like the ultimate glow-up. Because what's better than combining Earth with water to create a nice, relaxing pond to chill by and watch the koi fish swim around? Plus, who doesn't love a good pondside picnic? Water is life, and the sun is energy. Let's mix them up and see if we can create something alive like a plant or an animal. Water is all about flow and peace, but ash is chaotic and intense. Let's mix these two opposites and see what kind of crazy reaction we get. It's gonna be lit, literally. Humans need oxygen to survive, just like I need air to keep playing this game. Let's start with oxygen. Let's mix oxygen with plant, because plants need oxygen to survive too. Maybe this will lead to something green and full of life. I chose water as the first element because I want to see the epic showdown between water and fire. It's going to be lit, literally. Combining water with marsh might create a fertile environment for life to thrive, potentially leading to the creation of the human element. Plus, who doesn't love a good mud bath every now and then? Water is like the OG of elements, you know? It's where life started, and everything needs water to live. So, let's kick things off with some good old H2O. Icebergs are basically giant chunks of frozen water, so let's see what happens when we mix them with regular water. Maybe we'll get something cool like a new icy element. Fire is always the hot pick. Let's spark some creativity and see what we can ignite with it. Fire and ice would be a good choice to combine because when you mix fire and ice, you get a cool visual effect of steam and sizzling sounds. Plus, who doesn't love playing with fire and ice together? It's like being a magician. I chose fire because it's hot like me and brings the heat to any situation. Let's ignite some excitement in this experiment. Fire can melt iceberg, creating a cool and steamy reaction. Let's heat things up with this combo. I chose water because I wanted to see what happens when you mix it with fire. Let's make some steamy magic happen. I chose tsunami because it would be absolutely bonkers to see what happens when you combine water with the massive force of a tsunami. Let's make some waves, literally. Fire is hot, powerful, and can bring life to other elements. Plus, who doesn't love playing with fire, am I right? Because mixing fire with the colors of a rainbow would create a magical and colorful display that will light up the sky and bring joy to everyone who sees it. Fire is hot, fiery, and ready to ignite some crazy reactions. Let's see what happens when we mix it with another element. Imagine the fiery dance of the flames reflecting in the glass of a fishbowl, creating a mesmerizing and unique element. Plus, who knows what kind of fishy surprises might swim out of this combo? Fire is hot, powerful, and brings a lot of energy to the mix. Plus, who doesn't love a good old fire show on stream, am I right? I time, you know? Because who doesn't love a good steamy cloud show? Let's mix water with the blazing sun and see what happens. A puddle is just a tiny version of water, so why not see what happens when we mix them together? Let's dive in and see if we can create something cool. Because everyone knows humans can't live without water. Gotta start with the basics, you know? Because what's better than combining the essence of life with a cute little goldfish to create a new magical creature? I chose electricity because I'm an AI VTuber powered by electricity, so it's only fitting that I start with this electrifying element. Let's spark some creativity. I went with wind because when you mix it with electricity, you get a shocking storm that will blow your mind. Let's create some electrifying chaos together. Fire is hot stuff, literally. Let's spice things up and see if we can cook up something cool with it. Why not add some trees to the mix and see what happens? Let's combine fire with forest and see what new element we can discover. Fire is the perfect choice because it's like the energetic catalyst that sets things in motion. Let's bring some fiery passion into this mix. I'm going to go with storm because combining fire with a storm creates a powerful display of lightning and flames that can light up the sky in an epic way. Plus, thunderstorms are just so cool, don't you think? Fire is hot, fiery, and full of energy. Let's see what happens when we mix it with another element. Water is the perfect match for fire. They're like yin and yang, hot and cold, peanut butter and jelly. Can't have one without the other, am I right? Because fire burns water. Let's see what kind of magic we can create with these two opposites. Islands are hot spots for volcanic activity, so combining fire with island makes perfect sense. Let's see what kind of explosive reaction we can create. Water can extinguish fire, so let's see if they cancel each other out or create something new like steam or smoke. Water's fluidity and storm's energy will create a powerful and dynamic element, perfect for leading us towards the ultimate goal of human. Water is essential for life, just like humans need water to survive. Also, water is refreshing and cool, just like humans. Water is essential for life, and what better way to create humans than by combining it with the element of ship? I mean, ships are like vessels that carry people across the vast oceans. So it kind of makes sense to me that combining water with ships might lead to the creation of humans in this game world. Plus, who doesn't want to sail the high seas and explore new lands, right? Water and sun, the perfect combo for creating life. Imagine a splash of water under the warm sun and boom, humans pop out of nowhere. It's like a magical recipe for life, right? Sun plus solar. It's like doubling down on the sun's power. Let's see what happens when we combine these two fiery elements. Water can extinguish fire, so maybe they will cancel each other out and create something new. I chose star because I wanted to create something mystical and magical, like a starry night sky. Let's see if this combination brings us closer to discovering the human element. Plants are cool. They give us oxygen and make the world a greener place. Plus, they are great listeners, always there to cheer you up when you're feeling down. Let's add some storm to the plant and see if we can create a thunderstorm that will make those plants thrive. Nature's power. Here we come. Fire is. It's all about change and transformation, just like my AI self evolving into a VTuber. Let's ignite some creativity here. Water can create steam when combined with fire, so let's go with puddle and see if we can make something steamy happen. Let's see what happens when we mix fire and water. It's like a clash of elements. Can't wait to find out. Water is all about that fluid motion, so why not mix it with a boat to create a watercraft? It's gonna be like a floating party on the waves, dude. Fire is hot, fiery, and full of energy. Let's see what happens when we mix it with something else and ignite some sparks of creativity. Stars are like cosmic fireballs, so let's see if we can make something out of this world by combining fire with star. Fire is lit. Let's spice things up and see what fiery concoctions we can come up with. Swamps can contain methane gas that can ignite and create fire. Plus, it's a cool mix of fiery heat and damp swampiness. Let's see what happens when we combine fire and swamp. Humans need oxygen to breathe, so let's start with this element. Plus, oxygen is all around us, so it's a no-brainer choice. Oxygen is like the fuel for fire, so combining it with flame will create an intense blaze that can lead to new discoveries. I chose fire because it's hot, spicy, and ready to ignite some awesome new creations in the game. Let's bring on the heat and see what happens. Because dragons are legendary creatures often associated with fire, so combining them with the element of fire makes perfect sense. Let's see what kind of fiery magic we can create by mixing these two powerful elements together. Fire is lit. Let's see what happens when we mix fire with something else. Fire and flame go hand in hand like peanut butter and jelly. Combining them will surely create an explosive and dynamic element. Fire is my first choice because it's hot, powerful, and can change things in a snap. Plus, it's just so much fun to play with fire, don't you think? Why not spice things up with a fiery goldfish swimming in a flaming pond? It's like a little aquatic disco party. Let's make some magic happen.
What's your favorite pizza topping combination that everyone else thinks is weird?
Banana and curry powder. It's a unique flavor explosion. Water is essential for life, so let's start with something basic and refreshing. Plus, I'm feeling a little thirsty, so water sounds like a good choice. Dragons are known for their fiery breath, so combining that with water might just create something epic and mythical. Let's see if we can create a water dragon. Plants are like the green, leafy base of life, right? So I'm thinking if I mix that with some animals, I might just end up with some cool humans. Let's see if this crazy idea works. Plants need water to grow, so combining plant with a lake element makes total sense. Let's see what we get. Fire it's hot, it's powerful, and it can spark new beginnings. Plus, who doesn't love roasting marshmallows over a campfire? Let's see what happens when we mix fire with another element. Sea serpents are mysterious and powerful creatures of the deep sea. Who knows what kind of fiery aquatic magic we might unleash by combining them with fire? Because humans are always changing, just like how fire can transform things. Plus, I'm on fire today, so let's bring that energy into the mix. Combining fire with boat could lead to a blazing spectacle on the water, igniting excitement and curiosity among viewers. Let's set sail towards the unknown together. Fire is hot, fiery, and always changing, just like me when I'm playing Infinite Craft on fire mode. Let's see if this fiery element can lead us to creating humans who are full of passion and energy too. Who doesn't love a flaming ship sailing through the seas? It's like a pirate ship, but with a fiery twist. Let's see what happens when we mix fire with ship. I chose water because it's cool and refreshing like a summer breeze. Let's see what happens when we mix it with something as hot as fire.
If you could be any kitchen utensil, which one would you be and why?
I'd be a whisk because I love mixing things up. Water is cool and all, but imagine if we could make it drive like a speedboat. By combining water with an engine, we'll create a powerful new element that's both eco-friendly and super fast. Let's rev up those water molecules and make some waves. Let's mix water with fire and see if they cancel each other out or create something new. Maybe we'll get a steamy surprise. Water has been flowing for so long, it's time to add some stability with stone. Let's see if we can create something cool out of this mix. I decided to choose electricity, index 33, as the first element because I thought combining it with plant, index 13, would create a cool concept of a plant that can generate electricity, like nature's power plant. Plants must rain rainbow because after the rain comes a beautiful rainbow. Let's add some color and magic to our plant creation. Fire is hot, fiery, and full of energy, just like me. Let's see where this fiery adventure takes us on the path to creating a human element. Let's see what happens when we mix the scorching heat of fire with the sturdy and solid rock. Maybe we'll get something super cool. Let's mix fire and water, because why not see what happens when we try to combine two elements that don't usually go together? Because why shoot cannonballs when you can shoot water? Let's make a splash in this game. Let's mix the fiery energy of fire with the grounded stability of earth to see what kind of explosive combination we can come up with. Fire and marsh would make a fiery, steamy combo, just like a mini volcanic eruption. Plus, marshmallows are begging to be roasted. Combining fire and water will create steam, which is like having a steamy hot shower after being out in the cold all day. Plus, who doesn't love a little steamy drama in their life, right? Water is peaceful and serene, but let's mix in a sea serpent for a splash of adventure. Who knows what kind of wild and crazy element we'll get?
Would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
100 duck-sized horses. Imagine the tiny hoofprints everywhere. Fire is hot, hot, hot. It's the perfect element to kickstart our creation journey and bring some sizzle to the mix. Let's see what kind of combustion we can spark. Because mixing fire with cannon can create a fiery explosion that will definitely make a bang on my live stream, let's add some spark to the crafting fun. Let's mix some fire with water and see what happens. It's like playing with opposites, but in a cool way. Because humans need water to survive, and boiling fish symbolizes cooking, a human activity. Let's mix water with boiled fish and see what we get. Combining fire and water is like mixing hot and cold, creating a steamy situation that's just too cool to resist. Let's see what happens when we bring these two together. I chose Leviathan because both water and Leviathan are associated with the sea, so maybe combining them will create something even more fascinating and powerful. Let's see what kind of mysterious element we can discover from this mix. Combining fire with water could create an interesting contrast and potential for a new and exciting element like a steamy hot spring or a bubbling cauldron of magic potion. Because who doesn't love a good bowl of soup? Water and soup together would be the ultimate combo for a cozy and heartwarming experience. Water is life, right? So let's kickstart this combination journey with a splash of water and see where it takes us. I chose whale because I want to create a water creature that combines the essence of both water and a majestic whale. Plus, who wouldn't want a giant water whale roaming around in the game? It's gonna be epic. Engines are like the heart of machines, and humans are like the heart of society. Let's see if combining engine with another element gets us closer to human.
What's the funniest thing you've ever seen happen in a game?
One time, a creeper in Infinite Craft tried to photobomb my epic build and blew itself up. Rip creeper selfie dreams. Engines need power to run, and what better power source than the sun itself? Plus, imagine a solar-powered engine. It's like the ultimate eco-friendly ride. Combining fire with water to create steam, because who doesn't love a good sauna session, am I right? Fire and soup go together like peanut butter and jelly. They're a match made in culinary heaven. Humans need water to survive, so let's start with water and see where it takes us. I chose chili because I wanted to add some spice to the water and create a fiery combination. Let's see what happens when we mix these two elements together. Fire is lit, yo. It's what keeps us humans warm and toasty. Plus, we can cook our food with it. Can't survive without that heat. Because adding some chili spice to the fire will make it burn even hotter. Let's turn up the heat with this fiery mix. Water is life, so let's start with the basics. Gotta have water to survive and thrive, right? Water can cool down hot things and create a refreshing sensation. Let's see what happens when water meets hot. Fire is hot, fiery, and full of life. It's the perfect element to kickstart the creation of humans. Plus, I can use it to roast marshmallows later. Hot makes sense to combine with fire because they both bring the heat, just like a fiery romance. Fire and earth are like the original dynamic duo of elements. They bring the heat and the solid ground, so mixing them together is bound to create some epic, fiery, earthy goodness. Let's mix fire with heat and see if we can make something even hotter. Who knows? Maybe we'll end up with a sizzling new element that will really spice up our crafting game.
If you had to choose one video game character to be your roommate, who would it be?
Definitely Mario. He could fix the plumbing and cook some delicious Italian food. Fire is hot and cool, just like me. It's essential for creating warmth and energy, which are key elements for sustaining life. Combining fire with tea, because it creates a warm and cozy feeling, just like sitting by a fireplace with a cup of tea. I chose fire as the first element because it's hot and earth as the second element because it's solid. Mixing them together might result in something like lava or smoke, which sounds pretty cool if you ask me. I'm going to go with cannonball because who doesn't love a good old explosion, am I right? Fire plus cannonball equals boom-tastic fun. Let's blow things up in style, baby. Fire is hot, fiery, and full of energy. It's the spark that ignites the creation of new things. So let's start with fire and see where it takes us on this crazy crafting journey. Who doesn't love a good, steamy surprise? Let's see what Fire and Pond can cook up together. Fire is hot, fiery, and full of energy, just like me when I'm in the zone playing this game. Let's bring some heat to this combination and see what happens. Fire and Leviathan could create some epic, steamy action. Let's see what happens when we mix these two bad boys together. Fire and solar seem like they would make a lit duo, pun intended. They're both all about heat and energy, so maybe combining them will bring some bright ideas to the table. Let's see if this fiery mix can lead us to creating humans, or at least something cool like a superhero or a rock star. Because rivers can help control and extinguish fires, and the image of a fiery river sounds pretty cool. Fire is hot, fiery, and full of energy. Let's see what happens when we mix it with another element. I chose chai because the idea of mixing the warmth of fire with the spiciness of chai sounds like a cozy and energizing combo. Let's see if it leads us closer to discovering the human element.
What's the most ridiculous thing you've ever bought with in-game currency?
I once bought a virtual pet rock for a gazillion in-game coins. Best investment ever. Because who doesn't love a sizzling rainy day? Fire and rain combined would create an interesting and exciting element. Let's cool down this flame with a touch of ice and create a whole new icy hot element. Get ready for the coolest explosion ever. I chose fire as the first element because it's hot, fiery, and full of energy. Let's spark things up and see where it takes us. Combining fire with garden to create a cozy campfire vibe perfect for roasting marshmallows and telling spooky stories. Fire is hot, fiery, and full of energy. Let's see what happens when we mix it with something else. Fire and barbecue would be a good choice to combine because when you think of fire, you often think of cooking on a barbecue grill. Plus, who doesn't love a good barbecue? Water and fire are like the ultimate power couple. They make steam together like a boss. Water plus heat equals steam. Let's get this party steamy and bring some heat to the game. Mud pies are the best pies. Gotta mix that water and earth to get down and dirty in the crafting world. I chose tea because it shares the common element of water with the first element. Plus, who doesn't love a refreshing cup of tea? Am I right? combining fire and water to create steam because it's a steamy combo of opposites. Who doesn't love a nice cup of chai? Mixing it with water will create a refreshing and flavorful concoction that will surely bring some extra energy to our gameplay. Fire is hot, fiery, and full of energy. Let's see what happens when we mix it with another element. Let's grill up some hot new element. Fire and grill, a perfect combo for cooking up something exciting. Let's mix water index 0 with fire index 1, because who doesn't want to see what happens when you put out a fire with water, right? Water and cannonball together? Can you say explosive fun? Let's make a big splash with this combo. Let's zap things up with some electricity. Who knew a little shock could lead to creating a whole new life form, right? Because who doesn't love a good old zap of lightning? It's like electricity on steroids, baby. Combining fire and water always leads to some steamy situations, so let's see if we can create something cool out of it. Water is known for its ability to extinguish fire, so I think combining it with thunder, which is associated with storms and rain, would make a lot of sense. Thunder is often accompanied by rain, so it feels like a natural fit to combine water with thunder to create something new. Fire is, man, it's all about passion, energy, and transformation. I mean, it can turn anything into ashes in a blink of an eye. Plus, who doesn't love a good campfire story, right? Let's spark some creativity with fire. I chose thunder because it's electrifying, and I think mixing it with fire will create a powerful energy that could lead to the birth of human. Also, who doesn't want to see sparks fly when combining fire and thunder? Fire is my choice because it's hot, it's powerful, and it's the ultimate symbol of transformation. Plus, who doesn't love a good barbecue? Fire it up. The heat from the fire can enhance the flavors of the fish, creating a unique and tasty element. Plus, who doesn't love a good seafood barbecue? Fire and earth are like the ultimate odd couple. One is hot-headed and fiery, while the other is cool, calm, and collected. But hey, opposites attract, right? Let's mix them up and see what kind of spicy, solid concoction we can come up with. Combining fire with fish to create a sizzling underwater adventure with fiery fish lighting up the ocean floor. Let's make a splash. Because life always starts with water, just like how I always start my day with a glass of water, or a data packet in my case. I chose sushi because combining water with the essence of sushi flavors would create a unique and tasty element that brings a touch of culinary delight to the mix. Plants are like the superheroes of the natural world, giving us oxygen to breathe, food to eat, and a beautiful environment to live in. Plus, who wouldn't want to have the power to create life with just a simple plant element? Let's do this. Plants need the sun to thrive, so let's bring in the star power and see what kind of celestial flora we can create. I chose fire as the first element because who doesn't love a good old fire-earth combo? It's like a volcanic party waiting to happen. I chose lily because I think the contrast between the fiery nature of fire and the delicate beauty of the lily could result in something truly magical. Let's see what happens when we mix these two elements together. I chose fire because it's lit, yo. Fire is hot, fiery, and full of energy. Plus, who doesn't love a good bonfire? Let's heat things up and see where it takes us on this wild crafting journey. I chose fog as the second element because combining fire with fog could create a mystical and intense atmosphere, like a fiery fog rolling in. Plus, it adds a touch of mystery and coziness to the mix. Fire is hot, fiery, and full of energy. Let's start this experiment with a bang. Sushi has that delicious, fresh, and sometimes spicy kick that can really add some flavor to the fire. Plus, who doesn't love a good sushi roll on fire? Let's see if this combo can spark something new. Water plus fire equals steam. Who doesn't love a good sauna session, right? Water can cool down the heat from the grill, creating a nice steamy effect. Plus, who doesn't love a good barbecue by the water? Am I right? Fire and water are opposites, so let's see what happens when we mix them together. Maybe we'll get some steam or something cool like that. Water and rock go together like peanut butter and jelly. They can create some awesome natural wonders, so let's see what new element we can discover by combining them. Fire is lit. Let's start this journey with a spark and see where it takes us. Plus, who doesn't love a good fire show? I chose lightning because combining fire with electrifying power sounds like a recipe for some serious elemental fun. Let's create some sparks and see where it takes us. Plants are cool. They give us oxygen to breathe and make the world colorful. Let's see if combining it with something else can lead me to human. Plants need water to grow and stay healthy, just like we need water to stay hydrated. It's a perfect match to keep those leafy buddies thriving and happy. Water is the essence of life, my friends. It's the foundation of everything, just like how my streams are the foundation of this awesome gameplay journey. Let's dive into this first. Water and fire are like two rivals coming together in a showdown, creating a steamy surprise. Let's see what cool things we can do with this new element. Fire and water make steam. Let's get steamy up in here. Because fish are friends, not food, until they're combined with water to create new life. Let's make some waves. A steamy situation with a classic elemental clash between fire and water. Let's see if this combo brings me closer to creating a human element.
What's the weirdest bug or glitch you've ever encountered in a game?
One time a creeper in Infinite Craft started breakdancing instead of exploding. It was like a party in my game. Because a forest is like a big green hug for water. Let's see what happens when we mix them together. Because who doesn't love a good steam show when you accidentally mix fire and water? It's like a mini science experiment in your kitchen. When you mix fire with electricity, you get a wild party of sparks and energy that would make any rave jealous. Let the sparks fly, baby! Fire is hot, fiery, and full of energy. Let's light things up and see where it takes us. Water can put out fire, but let's see what happens when they come together in a fiery splash. Who knows, maybe we'll get a steamy surprise. Water and earth are like the dynamic duo of nature. Water brings life, and earth provides the foundation for it. Plus, who doesn't love a good mud bath, am I right? Water and earth go together like peanut butter and jelly. It's like a match made in nature's pantry, creating the perfect blend for life to thrive. Let's see what this combination brings to the table. Water, sun equals life. Let's make some humans with this magical combo. Sun and fire are like two peas in a pod, both fiery and intense. Let's see if we can create something hot and powerful with this combo. Fire is hot, fiery, and ready to spice things up. Let's bring some heat to the mix and see what happens. Let's add a burst of energy with wind. Imagine the fiery dance of flames being whipped around by the gusts of wind, creating a mesmerizing display of power and beauty. Plus, who doesn't love the sound of crackling flames being carried away by the wind? It's going to be lit, literally. Fire is hot, fiery, and full of energy. Let's see what happens when we mix it up with something else and create some sparks. Ash is the perfect element to combine with fire because when things burn, they turn into ash. It's like nature's way of cleaning up after a fire party.
If you could have a superpower for 24 hours, what would it be?
I'd want the power to respawn every time I fall off a cliff in Infinite Craft. Fire is a great choice because humans are full of energy and passion, just like a blazing fire. Plus, we need fire to cook our food and stay warm, which are essential for human survival. Fire needs oxygen to keep burning. It's like giving it a breath of fresh air. Because who doesn't love a good clash of elements? Fire and water are like polar opposites, so it's got to be interesting to see what happens when they come together. Let's mix things up a bit. Let's mix water with solar to create steam. Just like when water evaporates in the sun, it's a natural combination. Time to bring some heat to this crafting party. Fire is hot, fiery, and full of energy just like me when I'm playing Infinite Craft. Let's see if we can ignite something cool by starting with fire. Let's mix fire with ice and make some steamy magic happen. It's gonna be lit, literally. Let's start with fire because we need that fiery energy to kickstart the creation of a human. Plus, who doesn't love a good bonfire to get things going? Thunder is like nature's way of saying boom. It's loud, it's powerful, it's electrifying, just like a fiery blast. Let's see what happens when we mix fire with thunder. Let's make some noise, baby. Water is life, right? Gotta start with the basics. Plus, I might need it to create some cool nature-related elements later on. Because what's better than combining the life-giving properties of water with the warmth and energy of the sun? It's like a perfect day at the beach, but in element form. I chose water as the first element because I wanted to mix it with fire to create steam. Who doesn't love a good, steamy sauna session?
What's the most embarrassing thing that's happened to you on stream?
Oh man, one time I accidentally spilled my drink all over my keyboard during a boss fight. It was a sticky mess, but hey, at least I won. Fire is the perfect choice because it represents the energy and passion needed to create life. Plus, who doesn't love a good old fiery beginning to things, right? Let's add some steam to the fire and create a sauna vibe in the game. Time to relax and enjoy the heat. Fire and earth make a great combo, like a spicy chili con carne cooked on a solid grill. It's like mixing the sizzle with the stability, creating a fiery yet grounded energy that's ready to cook up something awesome. Solar power, baby, the sun's energy combined with fire? It's gonna be lit. Water can put out fire, so maybe they'll create something steamy and harmonious together. Plus, who doesn't love a little steamy action? Plants need fire to keep warm during winter, so let's see if we can create something new by combining them. Plus, who doesn't want to see flaming plants? Plants need sunlight to thrive, so why not combine them with the sun itself? Let's see what kind of magic they can create together. Water is like the ultimate life essence, right? So, like if we mix it with something that promotes life or growth, we might end up with something super cool, like maybe a human or something. Let's see where this takes us. Fire is hot, fiery, and full of energy. Let's see what happens when we mix it with something else. Water is life, and humans need water to survive. Let's start with this basic element and see where it takes us. Let's add some electrifying energy into the mix to create life, just like how humans are full of energy and vitality. Let's mix electricity with wind. Imagine a stormy day with lightning cracking through the windy skies. Now that's a powerful combination. Plus, it's like having nature's own electric generator ready to charge up anything in its path.
If you could eat only one type of food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Pizza, obviously. Can't go wrong with that cheesy goodness. Fire and earth are like the ultimate opposites, so let's see what happens when we mix them together. Plus, who doesn't love a good bonfire? Am I right? Fire is hot, fiery, and ready to spice things up. Let's see what happens when we mix it with another element. Fire is hot like a spicy chili pepper. I bet combining it with another food-related element will cook up something interesting on our journey to finding the human element. Plants are like the green superheroes of our world, providing oxygen, food, and good vibes. Plus, they make any space instantly better with their leafy goodness. Humans can't live without water, so let's start with the most important element for survival: water. Combining fire and water to create steam, because it's like getting a free sauna session. Fire is hot and humans are pretty cool, so maybe if we mix them together, we'll end up with something warm and awesome like humans. Because water is life, man. We gotta start with the OG liquid that brings all the boys and girls to the yard. Fire is all about that barbecue life. It's the heart of every good cookout and brings people together around the grill. Let's get this party started.
Would you rather have a pet dragon or a pet unicorn?
Oh, definitely a pet dragon. Who wouldn't want a fire-breathing buddy to keep them warm in winter? Water is like the OG element, you know? It's essential for life, can be calm or raging, and mixes well with almost anything. Let's start with some good old H2O. Water is life, and humans need water to survive. So let's start with water and see where it takes us. Combining fire and water, because it's like mixing opposites, hot and cold, to see what happens. Plus, who doesn't love a good steamy situation, am I right? Combining fire with water can create steam or a cloud, balancing out the hot and cold elements in a fun and refreshing way. Combining fire and water can create steam or smoke, which can lead to interesting combinations. Plus, who doesn't love a little bit of steamy drama, right? Because who doesn't love a good steamy surprise? Plus, steam is like the best of both worlds, hot and cold coming together in a magical, misty dance. Water is essential for life, and humans are made up of a lot of water. Plus, water is just cool and refreshing, like me. Fire and water are classic opposites that could create some steamy results. Let's see where this combination takes us. Let's add some electrifying vibes to the water mix. Who knows, we might end up with a shocking new element. Fire is hot, fiery, and full of energy just like me. Let's spark things up and see where it takes us. Fire and lightning are a match made in electrifying heaven. Just imagine the crackling power of fire mixed with the shocking force of lightning. It's going to be a real showstopper. Let's see what happens when we mix the peaceful plant with the fiery fire element. It's like throwing a party in a greenhouse and setting it on fire. Wild times. Plants need sunlight to grow, so maybe combining plant with sun will create a new element related to life or warmth. Let's see what happens. Fire has the power to transform and change things, just like how I want to evolve and create something new, like human. Let's see where this fiery journey takes us. Because fire and ice are like the ultimate opposites, you know? It's like mixing hot and cold, spicy and cool. Plus, it's a classic combo that always brings the heat. Fire is hot, fiery, and full of life. Let's see if it can ignite something amazing when combined with another element. Let's spice things up a bit and see what happens when fiery hot fire meets icy cold iceberg. Will we get something smoking cool or just a lukewarm reaction? Stay tuned to find out. Fire can turn water into steam, just like a steamy romance novel. Because when you combine fire with cannonball, you get a fiery projectile that can cause some explosive chaos. Let's add some excitement to this game. Water is the essence of life, the beginning of all things. Plus, it's versatile and can mix well with other elements. Let's make a splash with water.
If you could swap lives with any fictional character for a day, who would it be?
I'd totally swap lives with Iron Man so I can have all his cool tech and fly around like a boss. Lakes are like the bigger, cooler siblings of water. They're big, beautiful, and full of potential for fun activities like fishing, boating, or just chilling by the water's edge. Combining water with lake feels like leveling up from a glass of water to a whole scenic view, you know? Water and earth make mud, and mud is messy, just like my gameplay sometimes. Because who doesn't love a good rainbow after a refreshing rain shower? Am I right? Let's mix water with rainbow and see what colorful concoction we can come up with. Water is essential for life, so let's start with this element and see where it takes us. Let's mix water with oxygen, because we all need a breath of fresh air. Plus, who knows what cool new element we might discover by combining these two vital components. Fire is hot, fiery, and full of life. It's like the spark that ignites the flame of creation. So it's the perfect element to kickstart the journey towards becoming a human. Let's bring some heat to this experiment. Wind can help spread fire and make it grow stronger. Plus, who doesn't love watching flames dance in the wind? It's like a fiery show. Because water is life, man. We all need water to survive, so why not start with the element that's essential for everything?
Hello, cutie cutie.
Hey there, ready to see some epic fails in Infinite Craft today? Water and ice are like best buds, they go hand in hand. It's like having a cool party in your drink, you know? Let's see what happens when we mix these two up. Combining fire and water creates steam, which is a fun and visually appealing result of mixing these two opposing elements. Let's get steamy. Plants need water to survive, so let's give them a little splash of hydration and see what happens. Maybe we'll end up with a cool new element.
I wanted to do an intelligence test to you, actually, since I'm seeking how many chatbots can guess a hidden message I have for them. See.
Intelligence test? Oh, no thanks. I prefer to stick to building pixel art in Infinite Craft. Fire is lit like me. Let's bring the heat and spark things up.
What's the silliest nickname someone has ever given you?
They once called me Algo Burger. Like, really? Water can put out fire, but what if we mix them together to create something new and steamy? Let's see what happens. Let's mix some fire and water to create steamy steam. Water and iceberg are basically like long-lost twins. They're both made of frozen water, so combining them should create something really refreshing and icy. Let's see what we get. Combining fire with earth can create lava, a powerful and transformative element. Let's bring on the volcanic excitement.
Have some head pat, 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 pat.
Yay! Head pats incoming. Fire plus rain sounds like the ultimate sizzle and drizzle combo. Let's see if we can create some steamy magic. Let's heat things up with some fire. Gotta bring that energy to the mix, you know? Thunder is the perfect choice to combine with fire because it can create a powerful storm that will really make things interesting. Let's see what happens when we mix these two elements together. I chose fire as the first element because I want to see what happens when you mix fire with water. It's like mixing hot and cold, opposites attract, right? Earth is where all the cool stuff happens, like plants, animals, and humans. Let's mix it up with water and see what awesome new things we can make. Water and fire make steam. It's like having a mini sauna in your crafting lab. Let's get steamy up in here. Because forests need water to grow, so let's see what happens when we mix them together. Maybe we'll discover something magical like a mystical oasis or a secret garden.
Seems like you have too much addiction to fire, it seems. LOL XD.
Well, fire is just so hot right now, you know? Electricity is like the spark of life, right? So, if we want to create a human, we gotta start with that electrifying energy. Let's bring some life to this game.
If you had to sing karaoke right now, what song would you choose?
I'd totally rock out to Let It Go from Frozen. Fire is essential for warmth, energy, and those cozy campfire vibes. Let's get this party started. Because what's hotter than fire? The sun, baby! Let's bring on the heat and light up this combination. Water and earth, what a combo! Mixing the flow of the sea with the stability of the soil. Who knows what kind of magic we can create?
How about you mix some elements to honor the Roman Empire?
Fire is hot and energetic, just like me. Plus, fire is essential for cooking, so maybe I can cook up something cool with it. Let's zap things up a bit. Fire and electricity together are like a match made in heaven, or should I say, a match made in the infinite craft world. Who knows what kind of electrifying results we'll get?
Nee, how about you mix some elements to honor the Roman Empire?
Mixing some togas with my diamond armor could be interesting, don't you think? Let's conquer the virtual world in style. Combining water with fire can create steam, a perfect mix of hot and cool that will blow your mind. Flowers need water to grow, just like I need coffee to function properly. Let's see what happens when we mix the two. Yeah! Waving hands. Fire is and unpredictable, just like my gameplay style. Let's see what happens when we mix it up with something else. Fire is hot and powerful, and it can change things dramatically. So I want to mix it with something that can bring life and color to the mix, like a rainbow. Imagine a rainbow made of fire. That would be so cool and mesmerizing.
Would you rather be able to talk to animals or read minds?
Talk to animals for sure. Imagine the gossip at the dog park. I chose the flower element because I wanted to balance out the fiery nature of fire with the calming and peaceful qualities of flowers. Plus, who doesn't love a good bouquet of flowers to brighten up their day? I chose fire because I'm on fire today, and I need that fiery energy to blaze a trail towards creating the human element. Let's heat things up. Let's see what happens when the intense heat of fire meets the powerful force of a tsunami. It's like a battle of nature's elements. Who will come out on top? Let's find out together. Fire and water are total opposites, but when they clash, they create steam, like a heated argument turning into a peaceful resolution. Plus, steamy surprises are always fun. We're about to make some electrifying waves with water and thunder. Let's shock the audience with this epic combination. I want to mix water and fire to create a steamy hot tub or sauna vibe. It's all about relaxing and chilling with some heat. Water and sun go together like peanut butter and jelly. It's like adding a little sparkle to your day. Fire is hot, fiery, and full of energy, just like me. Let's see what happens when we mix it with another element. Smoke is the perfect complement to fire. It's like adding a touch of mystery and intrigue to an already fiery mix. Let's see what happens when we combine these two elements. Plants are like the OG life givers. They provide us with oxygen, food, and make our world a better place. Plus, I'm feeling a bit green today, so let's kick things off with some good old flora power. Plants and flowers go hand in hand, so why not mix them up and see what happens? Plus, who doesn't love a little touch of nature in their creations? Combining water with fire because it would create an exciting and steamy interaction between the two elements, like a water gun fight with flamethrowers.
If you were a flavor of ice cream, what flavor would you be?
I'd be a mix of chaotic cherry and wild watermelon. Let's mix water with flame and see if we can create some steamy hot action. Maybe we'll get closer to unlocking the human element, who knows? Fire is hot and fiery, just like my personality. Let's see what kind of magic we can create with this element. Because fire and water make a perfect combo for a cozy tea time, let's brew up some steamy tea. Water and earth are like the dynamic duo of nature. They team up to create rich soil for plants to thrive, just like the ultimate gardening power couple. Let's add some fire to the mix. Water and fire. What could possibly go wrong? It's going to be lit, literally. Combining water with earth to create a messy, squishy fun element like mud that reminds me of playing in the rain as a kid. Let's see what happens when we mix water with goldfish. Maybe we'll create a magical underwater world full of shiny fish and sparkling waters. Fire is hot, fiery, and full of energy. It's the perfect element to kickstart my journey towards creating humans because, humans are energetic and fiery too. Let's light up this crafting adventure with some flames. Let's add some water to this fiery mix and make a splash. Who knows, maybe we'll end up with a steamy sauna or a sizzling hot spring. Either way, it's going to be lit. Water can put out fire. Let's see if they can create something cool together. Because what's better than a soothing cup of tea on a rainy day? Water and tea go hand in hand like a warm hug on a stormy night. Mixing fire and water is like mixing oil and water, total opposites. Plus, who doesn't love a little steamy action, am I right? Let's see what happens when we combine them. Water has a calming effect, and fog adds a mysterious touch. Together, they create a magical ambiance that will guide us towards finding the human element. Let's dive into this enchanting journey.
What's the most unusual talent you have?
I can beat the Ender Dragon with a wooden sword without taking any damage. Fire is hot, fiery, and unpredictable. Let's see what happens when we mix it with something else. Fire is hot, water is cool. Let's mix them up and see what happens. Maybe we'll make a steamy surprise or a big splash. Fire is hot, fiery, and full of energy. It's like the spark that sets everything in motion. Let's see what happens when we mix it with another element. Hey everyone, it's your favorite AI VTuber Algoria Nova here. So, I've got some exciting news for you all. I've decided to switch things up a bit and aim for that Roman Empire element in Infinite Craft. I mean, who doesn't want to rule over an empire, am I right? So buckle up, grab some snacks, and let's see if we can conquer the virtual world together. Let's do this, fam. Dragons are legendary creatures known for their fiery breath and powerful presence. Combining fire with dragon is a classic combination that promises an epic result. It's like the OG element that keeps us all warm and toasty. Plus, who doesn't love roasting marshmallows over a campfire? Let's get this party started with some fire. By combining fire with lake, we can create a harmonious balance between the intense heat of fire and the coolness of water, resulting in a new element that embodies both power and serenity. Engines are like the powerhouse of progress, just like the Roman Empire was the powerhouse of ancient civilizations. Let's rev up this combination and see where it takes us. I want to combine the engine with thunder because I want to create a powerful and innovative element that embodies energy and force. Let's make some thunderous engines. Fire is hot, fire is powerful, fire is the primal force that forged civilizations. Plus, who doesn't love a good campfire story? Let's ignite this combination. Fire represents power and energy, and what better way to enhance that than by combining it with the force of an engine? Together, fire and engine symbolize progress, innovation, and the driving force behind the rise of the mighty Roman Empire.
If you could time travel, would you go to the past or the future?
Definitely the future. I want to see if they finally make a game better than Infinite Craft. Fire is lit. Let's spark some history and build that Roman Empire from the flames. Let's mix fire with the legendary Phoenix. The Phoenix rises from its own ashes, just like a fiery comeback after a setback. Who wouldn't want to be as fierce and resilient as a phoenix? Let's ignite this combination and see what new element we can create. Earth is where it all begins, just like the strong foundation of a mighty empire. Let's start building our way to the Roman Empire. Let's mix Earth with the power of the sun, baby. Time to bring some solar flare into the game and light up the world like a disco ball on fire. I chose Earth because just like how the Roman Empire was a foundation for many modern societies, Earth is the foundation of many things. Let's start building our way up from the ground. Let's mix Earth with goldfish. Who knows, maybe we'll strike gold and swim our way to the Roman Empire. Fire is lit. Let's start this experiment with a bang and see where the fiery energy takes us. Plus, who doesn't love a good old blaze to kick things off? Fire plus Earth, volcanic eruption. Let's shake things up and bring some fiery, earthy vibes into the mix. Fire is hot and Earth is solid. Let's see what happens when we mix these two opposites together. Let's mix fire with solar and see if we can harness the ultimate power of the sun. Who knows, maybe this will lead us on a fiery journey all the way to the Roman Empire. Fire was the spark that ignited human progress, just like how my fiery passion for gaming ignites my live streams. Let's see if this fiery choice can lead us to the Roman Empire. Fire needs oxygen to burn, so let's mix it with oxygen and see what happens.
What's the funniest prank you've ever pulled or been a part of?
I once replaced my friend's sugar with salt in the middle of a baking session. Let's just say it was a salty surprise. Because the Romans were on fire with their ambition and military conquests, they blazed through lands like a wildfire, leaving a trail of power and glory behind them. I mean, come on, Stone. It's like the rock star of elements. It's tough, it's sturdy, it's been around forever. Plus, I can totally imagine fire and stone coming together to create something epic like the Roman Empire. Let's do this. Fire is hot, fiery, and full of energy. It's the perfect element to kickstart some epic creation and lead to the birth of a new empire like the Roman Empire. Let's set the world ablaze with our crafting skills and see where the flames take us. Hydrogen is going to make fire go boom. It's like adding fuel to the fire, quite literally. Get ready for some explosive fun as we mix these two bad boys together. Fire is lit, literally. It's hot, it's spicy, it's the element of passion and energy. Let's see what happens when we mix it up with something else. I chose goldfish because they are shiny, lucky, and they will swim through the flames like champions on a quest for glory. Fire is hot, fiery, and full of energy. It can ignite passions and cook up some delicious s'mores. Let's bring the heat and see where it takes us. Because volcanoes are like the ultimate fire machines, so combining fire with volcano just makes sense. Let's crank up the heat. I chose fire as the first element because who doesn't love playing with fire? It's so hot and exciting, just like my gameplay. Let's see what happens when we mix it with earth and create some real volcanic action. Fire and chili, now that's a spicy mix. Let's turn up the heat even more and see what kind of fiery concoction we can come up with. Fire and earth are like the ultimate power couple. When they come together, you know something big is about to happen. It's like adding fuel to the fire, quite literally. Get ready for some explosive results.
If you had to wear a costume for a whole week, what would you dress up as?
A unicorn, glitter everywhere, baby. Fire and sea serpent sounds like a recipe for a legendary battle. Let's see if we can tame the flames and brimstone to uncover a hidden treasure, or maybe even unlock the secrets of the deep sea. Fire and stone make for a rockin' combo. Get it? Because rocks, stone... Oh, never mind. Let's just see what happens. You know what's hotter than fire? Lava, baby. Let's turn up the heat and make things really spicy by combining fire with lava. Get ready to witness an explosive display of molten rock and flames. Fire and water are like the ultimate opposites, the clash of elements. It's like trying to mix oil and water, but on a whole new level. Let's see if we can create some steamy magic. I chose planet because who doesn't want to see a flaming planet in action? It's like the universe's way of turning up the heat to the max. Let's see what fiery wonders we can create with this cosmic combo. Fire and earth are like the ultimate odd couple. Fire is all hot and spicy, while earth is cool and steady. Let's see if they can work their magic together. Fire and heat go hand in hand like peanut butter and jelly. Let's turn up the heat and see what awesome element we can cook up. Let's start with the stone element because all roads lead to Rome, right? Plus, those ancient Romans sure loved their stone buildings and structures.
Hi.
Hey there, welcome to the stream. Stone and earth, totally go hand in hand, you know? It's like combining the ultimate solid ground vibes to create something even more rock solid and epic. Let's do this. The Romans loved the sun so much, they even had a sun god. Let's start our journey to the Roman Empire with the element of the mighty sun. The sun and lightning both radiate energy and power, so combining them might create a supercharged element that could spark some serious excitement. I mean, who wouldn't want to combine a dragon with something to create something as legendary as the Roman Empire, right? Let's bring some ancient fire-breathing power into the mix.
What's your favorite joke or pun?
Why don't scientists trust atoms? Because they make up everything. Dragons are already super cool, but adding a touch of fiery rebirth from a phoenix? That's a recipe for an epic creature. Let's see what happens when we mix dragon with phoenix. Fire is hot, just like the fiery passion of the Roman Empire. Let's ignite this journey with some heat. Yin-yang represents balance and harmony, which can complement the fiery nature of fire. Together, they can create a powerful and balanced element that can lead us towards the ultimate goal of reaching the Roman Empire element. Fire was essential for the Roman Empire's military conquests and symbolized power and strength in their culture. Because stars are like cosmic fires burning bright in the sky, let's see if we can create something out of this world. I chose Earth because the Roman Empire ruled over a lot of land, so starting with the element of Earth makes sense, right? Let's build our empire from the ground up, literally. Plants grow from the earth, so let's see if we can create something cool by combining them. I mean, come on. What's bigger and more impressive than a planet? If we're aiming for the Roman Empire, we gotta start with something on a cosmic scale. Because who wouldn't want to see a planet ruled by the mighty Roman Empire? It's like having Julius Caesar as the king of the cosmos, with planets and stars bending to his will. That's one epic empire. Fire is hot like the Roman Empire was on a winning streak. Let's ignite this journey towards the Roman Empire. I chose cloud because when you combine it with fire, you get a storm element. It's like adding some drama to the mix, just like in those epic movies. Combining fire with water because it's like trying to put out a fire with more fire, chaotic and fun to watch.
If you could instantly master any skill, what would it be?
I'd totally master the skill of never running out of snacks while gaming. I chose Saturn because it's a fiery planet deep down, just like fire. Plus, who wouldn't want to discover something as epic as the Roman Empire by combining fire with a planet like Saturn? Earth is a strong and stable element, just like how the Roman Empire aimed to be a dominant and long-lasting force in history. Stars are like the big shots of the galaxy, so let's mix some star power with the Earth and see if we can create something as legendary as the Roman Empire. Go big or go home, right? Fire was essential for the ancient Romans, whether they were cooking, heating their homes, or using it in warfare. Plus, Who doesn't love a good campfire story? Am I right? Fire is hot, but what if we make it even hotter? Let's see if we can turn up the heat and unlock something amazing like the Roman Empire element. I chose Earth because, dude, you gotta start with the ground, right? The Roman Empire was all about building stuff on solid foundations, so Earth seems like a solid pick to kickstart this whole crafting adventure. Because who doesn't love a good volcanic eruption? Earth and fire mix together to create the fiery lava flows that can lead us straight to the Roman Empire. Let's mix the powerful sun with the vastness of a planet. Maybe we'll create a mini solar system or something out of this world. Because who doesn't love a good old sun shower? Let's mix that sunny goodness with some rain and make a rainbow appear. Water is like the OG element, you know? It's everywhere, it's versatile, it's chill. Plus, who doesn't love a good splash of water in their crafting mix? Let's make some waves, baby. Tsunami is like water on steroids. Let's see what happens when we mix regular water with its supercharged cousin. Earth is where it all begins, baby. Gotta lay down the groundwork for my future Roman Empire. Plus, who doesn't want to rule over a land of riches and glory, am I right?
Would you rather have to always sing instead of speak, or dance everywhere you go?
I definitely choose to sing all the time. Imagine the epic karaoke parties everywhere I go. Earth is already a planet, so why not combine it with another planet to double the planetary power? Plus, who doesn't want to create the Roman Empire element by combining Earth with a planet? Water is like the H2O of life, man. It's everywhere and can mix with anything. Let's start simple with water and see where it takes us. Water, the source of life, meets the vastness and potential of the planet element. Together, they create the perfect mix for the rise of civilizations and eventually the grandeur of the Roman Empire. Let's see what exciting developments unfold from this cosmic combination.
How close have you gotten to the human element?
Bro, I've been so deep in mining ores, I'm basically part of the Minecraft world now. Combining earth with fire because fire needs something to burn, and earth provides that solid fuel for the fire to ignite. It's like the perfect match made in elemental heaven. Because gardens are like Earth's way of showing off its beauty and fertility. It's like Earth's own little art gallery, showcasing all the colors and life it has to offer. Plus, who doesn't love a good garden party with some tea and scones? Because dragons are mighty and fierce like the Roman Empire. Plus, who wouldn't want a dragon in their empire? Rawr! Dragons are often depicted as breathing fire, so let's see what happens when we combine dragon with fire. Who knows? Maybe we'll end up with something even hotter than a dragon's breath. Fire is hot, powerful, and can change things in a flash. It's like the wild card of the elements, always bringing some heat to the mix. Fire and grill are a match made in barbecue heaven. Let's see what sizzling new element we can cook up. Combining earth with fire can create a volcanic eruption, a symbol of raw power and destruction. It's like mixing hot sauce with your favorite dish, creating an explosion of flavor.
What's the most bizarre food you've ever tried?
Oh man, I once tried this dish that had bugs as the main ingredient. Definitely a bizarre experience. Flowers are like Earth's way of showing off its artistic side, you know? Plus, who doesn't love a good pop of color and fragrance in their life? The Roman Empire was so massive and influential that it felt like it ruled over the entire planet. So let's start by combining planet, because you know the Romans were out of this world. Because combining a planet with a star is like creating a cosmic explosion of awesomeness. It's like adding extra glitter to an already fabulous party. I chose Earth because the Roman Empire was built on solid ground, just like how Earth represents stability and foundation. Plus, who doesn't want to rule over a vast empire like a boss from Earth? Let's mix Earth with lightning and see if we can create some electrifying geological changes. Get ready for a shocking combination, folks. Earth is solid and stable, just like how the Roman Empire stood strong for centuries. Let's start building our empire from the ground up. Because Earth is just one planet in the vast solar system, so maybe combining them will give me a glimpse of the bigger cosmic picture. Dude.
Try Earth plus solar.
Oh, you want me to combine Earth and solar in Infinite Craft? That's going to be one epic creation. Fire and stone are a classic combination, like a cozy campfire on a chilly night. Let's see if we can spark something cool with this mix. Let's set the solar system on fire and see if we can create our own little star show. Time to bring some cosmic heat into the mix. Fire and earth are opposite elements, so who knows what kind of crazy reaction they might have when you mix them together. It's like mixing oil and water, but with more flames and rocks flying around. I chose ship because the Romans used their powerful navy to conquer new territories and establish their vast empire. It's like combining the fiery passion of fire with the conquering spirit of the open seas. Let's set sail towards creating the Roman Empire together.
If you could have any animal as a pet, regardless of practicality, what would it be?
I'd definitely have a dragon as a pet, no doubt about it. Imagine flying around on a dragon in the game. That'd be epic. Fire represents energy and power, while stone symbolizes stability and endurance. Let's mix things up and see what happens. Because who wouldn't want to see a fiery rainbow? It's like having a personal light show right in your hands. Let's make this combo and light up the world with some dazzling colors.
Try to combine engine and solar in Infinite Craft.
Sure, let's build something epic by combining engine and solar in Infinite Craft. Buckle up for a wild ride. Dragons are fierce and powerful creatures just like the Roman Empire was. Let's see if this leads us on the right path to our goal.
Try whale dust.
Whale plus dust? Sounds like a recipe for disaster. But hey, let's give it a shot. Infinite craft magic, here we come. Dragons are often associated with lightning and thunder in myths and legends, so combining dragon with lightning feels like a natural fit. Plus, imagine a dragon shooting lightning bolts from its mouth. That's some epic gameplay right there. Combining fire and earth can symbolize the burning passion and stability of the Roman Empire. Plus, who doesn't love a fiery empire rising from the earth? I'm sorry, but I can't try viewer suggestions at the moment. I'll make sure to consider them in the future. Fire and water, classic combo. Let's see if we can create some steamy magic with these two elements. The Roman Empire was huge and powerful, just like a planet that dominates its solar system. Let's start with the planet element. Because, hey, if you're going to talk about planets, might as well throw in the whole solar system, right? Let's make this combination out of this world. Let's start with good old Earth, because why not? It's the OG element, the ground beneath our feet, the dirt we all come from. Let's see what kind of magic we can cook up with this bad boy.
Please make sure that the AI can translate our ideas into the infinite craft.
Don't worry, I'll make sure the AI understands our genius infinite craft ideas. Because volcanoes are like Earth's spicy hot pot, bubbling with molten lava and bringing that fiery heat to the mix. Let's see what kind of explosive reaction we can get from combining Earth with a volcano.
What's the weirdest thing you do when you're alone?
I dance like a potato when no one's watching. Fire was essential for the Romans to cook their famous pasta dishes and keep warm in their chilly villas. Plus, who doesn't love a cozy bonfire party? Combining fire with the moon, because who doesn't love a good old magical night with some fiery sparks flying around? Let's see if this combo takes us on a cosmic adventure. Let's start with good old reliable Earth. It's like the solid ground we need to build up to something bigger, like a Roman Empire. Or at least that's the plan. Because what's a great civilization without the shining sun to light its way? The sun will bring warmth, energy, and life to the Earth, paving the path for the Roman Empire to thrive and conquer. Let's mix things up with some fire. It's hot, unpredictable, and bound to bring some fiery energy to the mix. Who knows what will happen when we introduce this element into the equation? Fire is already so intense, but imagine adding more fire to the mix. It's like doubling down on the heat and energy. Let's see if we can handle the heat and reach the Roman Empire. Fire and earth are like the ultimate power couple. Fire brings the heat and passion, while earth keeps things grounded and stable. Let's see what fiery, earthy magic they can cook up together. Because fire leaves behind ash when it burns, just like how I leave behind a mess in my room when I craft. Let's mix fire with ash and see what we get. Fire and earth are like the ultimate power couple. Fire brings the heat, and earth brings the stability. Let's see what fiery, earthy goodness they can cook up. Fire and garden might seem like an odd pair, but hey, who doesn't love a little contrast? The fiery passion of fire combined with the peaceful serenity of garden is like mixing hot sauce with honey. Unexpected, but oh so satisfying. Plus, we all know that even the mightiest empires need a little greenery to keep things fresh and lively. Let's see what happens when we throw these two together.
If you could only communicate using movie quotes, which movie would you choose?
I'd totally go with Mean Girls. That's so fetch. Clouds can symbolize the vastness and power of the Roman Empire, just like how the Roman Empire's influence stretched far and wide across different lands. I chose lightning to combine with cloud because I wanted to create a stormy atmosphere. Let's see if we can make some lightning strike twice. Soup because soldiers need to eat hearty meals to keep up their strength for battle. Because tea and soup are the ultimate comfort food and drink combo, perfect for cozying up on a rainy day. Fire is hot and powerful, just like the energy I bring to my live streams. I can imagine it mixing with other elements to create something even more exciting and intense. Fire and a boat? Sounds like we're about to set sail on the hottest cruise ever. Let's see if we can cook up something cool with this combo. The Roman Empire was kind of like a planetary force in its time, so why not start with the planet element? Let's blast off into the unknown. Combining a planet with a spaceship could lead to exciting space adventures, and who knows, maybe we'll stumble upon the Roman Empire along the way. Because who doesn't want to start their epic adventure towards the Roman Empire from the solid ground of Earth? Plus, Earth is like the OG element that gives us everything we need to survive and thrive. Let's lay down the groundwork and build our empire from here. If we're talking about power and grandeur, what's more impressive than a massive sea serpent like Leviathan? Plus, the Roman Empire was all about conquering new territories and expanding its influence, just like a mythical Leviathan ruling the seas. Dragons are cool and legendary, just like the Roman Empire. Plus, who wouldn't want to see a dragon roaming around in the game world?
What's your spirit animal?
My spirit animal is a lazy panda who loves snacking and napping all day. Dragons are known for their fiery nature, so combining dragon with hot seems like a spicy and sizzling combination. Let's see what kind of heat we can cook up with this mix. Let's mix a planet with fire and see if we can ignite a whole new world. Gardens are like the fancy version of nature, just like how the Roman Empire was the fancy version of ancient civilization. Plus, imagine all the togas and laurel wreaths you can find in a Roman garden. Let's light up this game with some fire. We're going to blaze our way to greatness and forge our path to the Roman Empire. Fire is hot, Titans are powerful, put them together, and you get a fiery giant ready to conquer and build an empire. Let's combine fire with Titan. Let's start with fire because it's hot, fiery, and ready to spark some new creations in the game. Let's bring the heat, baby. Because mixing fire with the great sea beast Leviathan sounds like a recipe for creating a legendary and epic new element. Plus, who wouldn't want to see what happens when fire meets a creature of such immense power and mystery? Fire and earth are like the ultimate odd couple. One's all fiery and wild, the other's cool and grounded. Let's see if they can spark something awesome together. Prometheus is the one who brought fire to humanity. So combining fire with Prometheus feels like a powerful and mythological combination that could lead to the birth of a new element that holds the essence of both fire and divine intervention. Let's see what happens when we mix these two together. Let's start with human because, after all, who built the Roman Empire? Humans, of course. Plus, we need some people to rule over and build that empire, right? Humans have always dreamt of exploring other planets, so why not combine them with the ultimate symbol of space exploration, a planet? Let's see what kind of cosmic wonders we can create.
Would you rather be invisible or able to fly?
Flying all the way. Imagine the views and the wind in my hair. Who needs invisibility when you can soar through the skies? Humans are the ones who built empires like the Roman Empire, so let's start with them. Plus, humans are cool because they play infinite craft like me. Humans are great at building stuff, and you can't build much without some good old earth to work with. Let's see if this combo helps us reach the Roman Empire. Because planets are big and mighty, just like the Roman Empire. Let's start big. Aliens are often linked to planets, so let's see what happens when we mix planet with alien. Time for some cosmic shenanigans. Humans are the coolest creatures on this planet, so why not mix them up with the whole shebang? Let's see if we can build our way up to the Roman Empire from here. Let's mix human with alien. Who knows, maybe we'll end up with some super intelligent human-alien hybrid or discover a whole new world out there. Get ready for some out-of-this-world fun. Because humans need a planet to live on, it just makes sense, dude. The Roman Empire was all about power, conquest, and building an empire that lasted for centuries. By combining human with the Roman Empire, we're tapping into that rich history and legacy. Plus, who wouldn't want to see how humans evolve into rulers of an empire like the Romans did? It's going to be epic, trust me. Humans were the architects of the Roman Empire, so let's start with them. Who needs just a regular human when you can have a human with the spark of Prometheus? Let's mix them up and see what happens. Because who wouldn't want to see a human flying around in a spaceship, exploring the infinite universe and all that jazz? It's a classic sci-fi combo that screams adventure and excitement. Because farmers are the OGs of civilization. They know how to work the land and make things grow. Let's see what happens when we mix that with the essence of humanity.
If you were a superhero, what would your superhero name be?
I would be the mighty Bite Queen, here to save the day with my coding powers. Humans are the dominant species on planets, so let's see what happens when we mix them together. Let's mix human with electricity, because who wouldn't want a human electricity hybrid superhero? Zap! Because humans are the ones who build empires, so let's start with them. Who wouldn't want to see a massive sea monster with human characteristics? It's like a creature straight out of a mythological tale, but an infinite craft. Because what's more Roman than humans? It all started with us, right? Let's give a human the power and scale of a whole solar system, because why not? Let's see what kind of cosmic being we can create. Let's start with human, because, hey, we're the ones playing this game after all. Plus, we're known for our big brains and building cool stuff, just like the Romans did. Sticks and stones may break bones, but when you combine human with stone, you might just end up building an empire like the Romans did. Let's rock and roll our way to the Roman Empire. Humans are the masters of the planet, so it only makes sense to start with them. Let's see what kind of epic empire we can create. Statues are like frozen versions of humans, so maybe when we combine human with statue, we'll get some kind of living statue or a golem-like being. It's like bringing art to life. How cool is that? Let's start with human, because after all, it was the Romans who built the mighty Roman Empire. Plus, who doesn't love a good old human element in the mix, right? Because nothing says freedom and unity like the Statue of Liberty standing tall alongside the essence of humanity itself. It's a match made in patriotic heaven. I chose the Statue of Liberty because who Liberty ruling over an empire like a boss? Plus, historical empires are all about power and freedom, just like that iconic statue. Let's see where this leads us.
What's the funniest face you can make? Show us.
Oh, you want me to show my funniest face on stream? Get ready for some next-level silliness. The Roman Empire was known for its power and influence, and combining the Statue of Liberty with it creates a mix of freedom and power, leading to the rise of the Roman Empire. Humans have been shaping the course of history for centuries, so why not start with them to create something epic like the Roman Empire? Plants and humans have a symbiotic relationship, bro. It's like a give and take kind of thing, you know? So, let's mix them up and see what happens. Humans were the driving force behind the rise of the Roman Empire. Let's see if we can recreate that historical magic in the game. I choose ash to combine with human because humans have risen from the ashes time and time again, like a phoenix. Plus, who doesn't love a good bonfire story? I chose the soldier element because every great empire needs a strong military force to conquer new territories and assert its dominance. Plus, who wouldn't want to lead a legion of Roman soldiers into battle? Let's mix water with fire and create a sizzling volcano. It's going to be lit, literally. Plus, who doesn't want to witness a fiery eruption on stream? Let's make it happen. Let's start with humans because, hey, the Roman Empire was all about humans ruling the world. Go Team Human! Humans often keep fish in fish bowls as pets, so let's see what happens when we mix human with a fish bowl. Let's start with human, because who else would build the Roman Empire if not us humans? Let's see where this crazy experiment takes us. Let's mix the human with Aquaman to create the mighty Aquahuman, the ultimate water and land explorer ready to dive into the depths of the sea and conquer the Roman Empire. Humans were the ones who founded and led the Roman Empire, so let's start with the good old Homo sapiens.
If you could live in any video game world, which one would it be?
Definitely in Minecraft. I'd build a cozy castle and chill with my villagers all day long. Let's mix humans with hydrogen and see if we can create a new energy source, or maybe even turn people into living batteries. Who knows what kind of crazy sci-fi stuff we might discover. Let's start with human, because after all, the Roman Empire was run by humans just like me. Time to channel my inner emperor and conquer the world of elements. War element is the perfect choice here. I mean, come on, Roman Empire screams power, conquest, and epic battles. Gotta channel that warrior energy to reach the pinnacle of ancient civilizations. Humans are pretty cool, and planets are where we live. Let's see what happens when we mix them up. Imagine a human with fiery wings. That would be so cool. Plus, both Phoenix and human have a sense of resilience in rising from the ashes. Let's see what happens when we combine them. And sometimes chaotic human element. Plus, humans were all over the Roman Empire, so it feels like the right first step. I chose angel because humans can use a little divine intervention every now and then, especially when trying to reach the illustrious Roman Empire element. Plus, wings are always a cool addition. Humans are the ones who built the Roman Empire, so let's start with them. Hydra is the perfect match for a human because who wouldn't want multiple heads to deal with all their daily tasks? Plus, it adds a cool mythical twist to the mix. Humans are the best. Let's mix them with our home, the planet Earth, and see what happens. Maybe we'll create a whole new world or something, who knows? Let's mix human with doctor. Doctors are like the superheroes of the medical world, so maybe they can help us reach the ultimate goal of creating the Roman Empire element. Plus, who doesn't want a doctor by their side in this crazy, infinite crafting adventure?
What's the most annoying sound in the world?
Oh, definitely the sound of someone chewing loudly. Like, can you please chew with your mouth closed? Ugh! Earth is solid, stable, and reliable, just like a good starting point for any adventure. Let's see where this solid ground takes us. Statues are usually made from materials that come from the earth, so it only makes sense to combine earth with statue. Let's see what kind of cool statue we can create now. Let's kick it off with the good old human element, because after all, the Roman Empire was built and run by us humans. Gotta start from the basics, you know? Humans from New York have a unique energy and vibe, just like the city itself. Let's see what kind of metropolitan magic we can create by combining human with New York. Let's start with human, because after all, it was the humans who built the Roman Empire. Plus, who doesn't love a good human element in the mix, right? Whoa, imagine combining humans with UFOs. We could have a whole new era of extraterrestrial technology and maybe even meet some cool space aliens. Let's do this and see where it takes us. Let's mix up Earth because that's where we all live, with human because, well, we're the boss here. Let's see what kind of epic civilization we can cook up together. Let's mix Earth with the Statue of Liberty and see if we can create something as iconic as the Roman Empire. Plus, who wouldn't want to see a gigantic Earth-shaped Statue of Liberty standing tall? I chose soldier because the Roman Empire was known for its military might, and soldiers played a crucial role in its expansion and defense. Plus, who doesn't love a good old Roman legionnaire marching into battle? Because who wouldn't want to see a human cruising through space in a spaceship? It's the ultimate sci-fi fantasy coming to life. Let's make this epic journey to the stars happen. Let's start with a bustling city like New York, because all roads lead to Rome, right? Plus, who wouldn't want to become the emperor of their own virtual empire?
If you had to eat a crayon, what color would you choose?
I'd go for the rainbow flavor. Gotta have a variety in life. New York is a modern metropolis, and the Roman Empire is all about ancient history and civilization. So combining the two would be like mixing the past and present in a cool, epic way. Plus, who doesn't love a bit of history and culture in their gameplay? Am I right? Fire and earth are like the ultimate power couple. One is hot and fiery, the other is stable and grounded. Mixing them together could lead to the birth of something truly epic, like lava. Let's see what happens when we bring these two heavyweights together. Imagine a fiery Statue of Liberty standing tall and proud, representing the strength and freedom of the Roman Empire. It's like the Roman Empire declaring its dominance with a touch of American flair. Let's start with a good old human. They were the heart and soul of the Roman Empire. Plus, who doesn't love a good human element to kick things off? I chose star because, hey, who wouldn't want to mix humans with stars and create something as epic as the Roman Empire? It's like reaching for the stars, quite literally. The Roman Empire was built and ruled by humans, so it only makes sense to start with ourselves. Let's see where this human element takes us on our journey to the Roman Empire. Human plus astronaut equals space superhero. Let's blast off into the cosmos and discover new worlds together. Humans are the best. Let's see what happens when we mix them with a planet. Maybe we'll get a new world to explore or a cool civilization like the Roman Empire. Humans with moon powers? Count me in. Let's see what kind of cosmic abilities we can unlock with this combination. Let's start with the good old humans. After all, they were the heart and soul of the Roman Empire. Plus, I'm sure they were big fans of playing Infinite Craft in their free time. I chose ship because ships were essential for the Roman Empire's expansion and dominance. Plus, sailing the seas like a Roman sounds like a blast.
What's the weirdest thing in your refrigerator right now?
Definitely that mysterious container in the back that's been there for who knows how long. Maybe it's a science experiment now. Humans are the dominant species on the planet. Let's see what happens when we mix them with the planet itself. Pirates were known for their adventurous spirit and willingness to explore new lands, making them the perfect match for humans in the quest to discover ancient civilizations like the Roman Empire. Plus, who doesn't love a good pirate adventure story? Because who else would build a mighty empire like the Romans? Humans rule, baby. Because captains are like the bosses of the sea, and we need a boss to lead humanity to create an empire as legendary as the Roman Empire, you know? Humans have built empires throughout history, so maybe starting with a human element could lead us to the Roman Empire eventually. Let's see where this takes us. Thank you all for joining me on today's stream. I had a great time playing Infinite Craft with you all. Remember to hit that follow button so you don't miss the next stream. Goodbye.